There we go. That should be it. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Trym's Art Check. And today I managed to kidnap Dave. Trym's Art. Say hello, Dave.
Hello.
There we go. Hello, everyone. Oh, there's actually quite a bit of people here. Prime, Little Green Martian, Maureen, and Callum. Hello, everyone. Well, looks like we're back in action, everyone. We are doing another stream. We're doing 2 streams in a week. Holy crap. Who knew? Also need to be careful about swearing. God.
You gotta give us the first 5 minutes before you can start swearing.
It's so difficult.
I just had to send out, I just had to tweet it out. So I've been begging Trym because I'm such a pathetic wiener.
Yes, keep going.
No,
I like
we discussed the other day how if I'm like an officially a sultan, then maybe we should work up an icon for me.
Yeah.
In Trym style.
I mean,
so
you have been kidnapped by us, so it's only fair.
Mm-hmm.
Though my price is very, very, very costly for you. It is to not talk shit about the prequels.
Okay, I will. To honor that, I will refrain from talking smack about the prequels. You know what I can talk about? What I can say about the prequels?
I'm gonna be fair.
Okay.
You can talk shit about the romance plot. Half of the spoken dialogue, and everything.
No, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on the positive aspects of the prequels. That's what I'm going to do. I will make sure to not. I'll stay away from the bad parts. Okay, because that's what gets me going. And on that note, I'll say one of my favorite things about the prequels is the memes. Like the prequel memes are so good. I got it in there. I love prequel memes. It's they're hilarious. The Anakin Skywalker, as much as I dislike that, the memes that are like the 4-panel Padme memes with him are hilarious. And there's just so many good memes from that. And so, that's I think one of the best things, because it was a very memeable show, and there's a lot of iconic moments in the show that are very memeable. So that's what I'll say. That's a positive aspect of the prequels. There.
Honestly surprised there. Man, now you've proven yourself to be a better man than I.
It kind of hurt me to go through that, but I mean, it's true. It's true. Those memes, the prequel memes, are hilarious.
Yes,
also, in that same vein, the amount of like Star Wars parodies that come out, especially around the prequels. Like if you've never seen the Backstroke of the West, Revenge of the Third, Backstroke of the West, it's on YouTube. And actually, I had a stream struck because I didn't realize that I couldn't restream that. Like we were watching it. Like when I was painting one night, we were watching it. This was a really long time ago. And the stream got taken down for spam because you can't restream shit like that. Anyhow, but it's on YouTube and it's called Revenge of the Third, Backstroke of the West. And what it is they took out some bad Chinese bootleg dub and then like put it through Google Translate back into English. And just using Google Translate and then acting it out. And some of the stuff on it is so good. It's so hilarious. Like, if you've ever seen the meme of the Darth Vader or the clip of Darth Vader at the very end coming out of the thing. Yes, it's from that. That's what it's from. That's the do not want is from that. So It's hilarious. But there's a lot of things like they call General Kenobi's section ratio all the time. It's just section ratio because the names are translated all weird. It's glorious.
Says that during the end of Revenge of the Sith, Anakin got ratioed heavily.
Yeah. And then there's a really good Star Wars parody from a channel called Oral Knots, and they cover all of them. They do, actually, they don't really do anything with the originals that much, but they take the prequels and chop them all up and make it so that the plot of it becomes hey, WTF podcast. I think that's a new person. I haven't seen them in. But anyhow, so the Jedi dance party is what it's called. So they take the Jedi and turn them into a bunch of heroin addicts, and and just they're all just degenerate losers. And then hey, Helmsley, and the story revolves around them. So how it starts off is they go, it starts off with Anakin and Obi-Wan going in to meet the they get greeted by the droid in that greeting room, right? Well, right there, they're going to a Space Hooters. That's a Space Hooters.
Wait, are you talking about the one in Phantom Menace or the?
Yeah, in Phantom Menace.
Yeah, that's Qui-Gon. That's Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon.
Qui-Gon, yeah, it was Qui-Gon. Yeah, Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan go in there. And it's hilarious. There's just so many funny parts, and they've chopped it up. But one of the best parts in it is they've taken C-3PO and turned him into Creepio.
Creepio.
And he has this weird, because when they first introduced 3PO in the prequels, he doesn't have like the silver or the gold shit on him, right?
Oh.
So he wakes up and he's like, my flesh. Every waking moment is a new pain, and so he's all crazy from then, and he decides that he wants to take people or combine humanity and machine, and they take the scenes from the Foundry, and and they end up through the whole thing. They call it the Singularity. And it ends up becoming this huge event that's like super tragic that killed just millions of people.
Fucking hell.
But Creepio was like, he just kind of walks away from it like, oh yeah, well that was fun. But then there's all these people that are victims of veterans of the Singularity or survivors of the Singularity and shit throughout the whole rest of the series. It's hilarious. But a lot of what it focuses on. Yes. A lot of what it focuses on is because they went to the Space Hooters in the first episode, didn't pay for their food, and fucked up a bunch of shit. And so Darth Maul is area manager Darth Maul. He's coming out to help them collect, get the Jedi to pay their bill. So it's basically just focuses a lot on the plot of the Jedi not skipping out on their bills and doing illicit shit. It's fucking great. So yeah, if you get a chance to watch that Jedi Dance Party by the Oral Knots, that's the first episode. There's like 8 episodes in it, and they're just hilarious.
It's good. Again, good Star Wars parodies, fan-made, are just amazing.
Yeah.
You can hear me properly, right? Because I look at OBS and it just cut out my mic for some reason, so I've changed it to my computer mic.
Okay. I haven't heard you say anything for a hot minute. But I've just been kind of monologuing, so I think it's okay. But maybe everybody else is.
Yeah.
And the songs in Jedi Dance Party are really great too. Yeah.
Hi, Bleach. Fucking didn't see you there. It's been 5 minutes. I can curse now.
You're right. There's a lot of really great fan-made stuff out there.
Yeah. But honestly, though, the main thing I like about the prequels is just the Clone Wars. I'm gonna level with you. The Clone Wars is what makes it.
Yeah, no, it's a cool epic story, you know, and like it's what it's the war story that George was kind of going for, I think.
Yeah.
But
if there's one thing I agree with, it is that George should not be allowed to handle something alone. He needs someone to rein him in because, again, he is a creative person, and but he has, what is it? A minus in reasonability? He just goes.
Well, like you can only be so. You have to work within the bounds of your technology.
Yeah.
Right, and I think a lot of his creativity, quote unquote, was really going to move beyond the bounds of what they can technologically accomplish at that time. But we're going to get into another George Lucas rant. I don't know if we're going to.
No, we're not. We're not. I'm not gonna set you up to some shit, man.
Stream.
Yeah. I'm not gonna set you up to that shit, though.
Yeah.
One thing is certain.
But I think that.
Go on, you first.
I think that really highlights something more a broader thing is that a lot of creative people have to be mediated in some way.
Yes.
Right, like extremely. I mean, I guess we're seeing that now in the media with famous rappers, you know, with the Diddy stuff, because he's not moderated by wealth or money. Like he can do whatever the hell he wants to, right? And so as an artist, he really lacks, because you kind of have to have a different way of looking at things to be an artist. I mean, not to sound cliche and nerdy, but that's really it's kind of the point. Yes. Right? It's kind of the point of being of doing art, is because you're seeing something a little different, or you're wanting to bring something to people regardless. You know? But and also it can lead to a real, like, a hyper focus on things.
Yep.
So you know, I mean, you fixate on stuff.
Yeah.
I fixate on stuff.
Guilty as goddamn charged, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So
yeah.
Yeah, they were forced to do so much with practical effects in the first, and I think that George overestimated the level of technology that we had for the prequels, right? Because some of the CGI in it does end up looking a little like sci-fi channeling.
It does.
You know, it's not. Some of it looks good. Some of it looks good. But some of it does look a little crappy.
Before Sci-Fi Channel, it was honestly he kind of opened a lot of new doors. For example, like Grievous, before Transformers came along, Grievous was the record holder for the most advanced CGI rig.
Oh, I don't doubt it. It was really. Oh man, let me ask you. Speaking of advanced CGI, we'll kind of take a non-Star Wars. Did you ever see the original Final Fantasy movie, The Spirits Within?
Yes, I did.
The L. Ron Hubbard story. Okay, so
what?
It's a very similar story to Dianetics, to the story in Dianetics, the story of Scientology.
That's why it was so fucking
like all the
weird.
Spirits and stuff. Yeah.
Oh my fucking god, you're right.
Yeah.
Holy shit. King God.
But like that movie, when they put it out, because I used to read gaming magazines back in the day. I had a subscription to Computer Gaming World, and then I would occasionally pick up a copy of PC Gamer. When there was like, when I could trust the reviews, right? When they would actually say, hey, yeah, this game's a little buggy. Maybe wait until they patch it.
Yeah, when PC Gamer actually had gamers doing the reviews.
Right. Oh yeah, definitely. When they were actually definitely gaming. You know, like the reviewers were gaming, and their agenda was talking about how good the games were, not
whatever. Now, let's
and
put
it was
it
like
as
a super. So what I used to do is I would go buy when my kids were younger. my oldest kids were younger, I would take them to the park, and I would go buy a copy of PC Gamer or something. I'd stop by Albertsons or whatever, and spend the $3.99 or whatever to get the magazine. And then we'd go to the park, and I'd run around and play with them for a little bit. Then when I got tired, I would sit down and read my magazine. But it was a fun. I look back on it nostalgically because they did really good. My thing was more hardware. I was really geeked out about hardware, and so they gave really good reviews of the hardware back then. But then the game reviews were also really good. And again, were based on people who knew how to play video games playing video games. And so, but the thing is, that movie, The Spirits Within, was hyped so much in the gaming press. It was so hyped in the gaming press because it kind of was a technological feat at the time. Because they ended up rendering each frame in that took a lot, because there was really a lot into it. It was one of the first ones where they modeled the hairs individually and did stuff like that for the CGI. And there are times in there when you're just looking at the faces of the people that you could think oh man, they do look pretty real.
Yeah, I mean,
of course, when you see the bodies move, then you see they're not based on the internal skeletal. They have a wire mesh frame instead of a musculature or an internal skeleton that it frames.
You can see the age of it, but
you,
again, back in the day, that shit was really advanced. That was really advanced.
Yeah,
at least for its time.
It was, and it was cool. And that story was dumb. I had the movie on DVD. I've probably seen that movie, a few dozen times.
Yeah, I was more on Advent Children, really.
Yeah, and I never really watched that one.
It's cheesy.
And the only reason I watched Spirit Within is because I had it on DVD, and this was back before streaming.
Yeah.
If I didn't want to watch something that wasn't actively on TV, then it was streamed.
Well, it was actually, I watched Spirit Within when it came out on TV, actually.
But then it was on.
It was
on DVD. I mean, it was on DVD.
Yeah, it was on TV in Norway on a channel called TV3, because back in the day, Norway didn't have American or such kind of. It didn't have American style entertainment in our own channels. You had to actually have something called TV3, which sent those kind of programs on behalf of the American or, again, other kind of foreign channels, at least English-speaking ones. And they would usually have movies from 6 o'clock in the evening to midnight. And during that time, they would usually play a movie. And after, of course, midnight, they would be playing porn.
On a publicly available television channel. Now as an American, that blows my mind. And I think there may have been some places here in America that after dark, after a certain period of time, because that's why things like Conan O'Brien and Johnny Carson and that's why they were the late show, is because after FCC regulations loosened significantly after a certain time of night.
Yeah.
And so they could get away with more later. And so that's why the best shows back in the day were always later at night.
Oh, yeah.
Because they could just get away with it. Until South Park came along and just said, hey, lick my balls, I'm going to do whatever I want, whenever I want. We're on a... And that was the other thing, is the FCC was mostly focused on over-the-air stuff. They didn't crack down on cable because they weren't mandated to crack down on... They were over-the-air broadcast and not...
Yeah.
So that's how South Park was able to get away with that a lot.
By the way, I wonder, do you want
But
what kind of line art do you want me to do? Do you
yeah,
want the sort
yeah.
of hard line art?
Oh
I
yeah,
think?
so what kind of shows? So if
Oh,
that was the case, then what show did they just have a bunch of like original Norway shows, like shows made in Norway?
there we go. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Oh, good. I'm so sick and tired of this microphone
Stuff keeps
crap.
dying.
Yeah, it does. But yeah, so we had original Norway movies, Swedish movies, and sometimes the most popular English and American movies, of course. But
Mhm.
yeah, it's kind of dependent on what was popular at the time. Let's see. Though I need to ask, what kind of line art do you want? Do you sort of want the, this kind of line art, or would you be okay with sort of a something like this?
That works.
The last one?
Whichever works best for you, dude. Honestly.
Yeah, I kind of get a more graffiti. Maybe you get some kind of more graffiti-like thing if I do this.
Yeah, there you go. I trust your judgment.
Yeah, we could try.
It's your style, and I was curious to see how it comes out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The Norwegian A team. Man, I loved the A team when I was a kid.
we had a team on in Norway too. That was a
Yeah.
good time.
I grew up watching A Team and Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah, we
Like
had
those two shows were my jam.
oh, Dukes of Hazzard. Also, we had
Yeah.
along with A Team. There's a lot of different shows that was American that went through the usual Norwegian channels too. I guess it depends on, again, popularity, because really popular ones, they did get through to Norway. Through like our regular channels, right?
Yeah.
It's hard to explain what was what, but it was this one part of the NRK, or the Norwegian Broadcasting Central, that sort of went through what was worthy to be displayed on Norwegian television, or what you had to do for the more specialized channels. At least that's what it felt like.
Yeah. Well, I imagine there's just some things that had just such broad appeal. There was so much demand for them that it was better off for them to run them there.
Yeah. So we didn't get
Better off
monthly.
for ad.
Yeah, we didn't get monthly Python until after the 80s.
Well, it's funny is we used to have Benny Hill, and they played it late at night on PBS, our public broadcasting system. Used to play Benny Hill, which was Channel 4 for me. After like 9 o'clock, Benny Hill was on TV there. Because it was racy.
Huh.
Which is hilarious. I love Benny Hill.
Whenever people say Benny Hill,
Yeah.
I have the whole, it's a melody.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see.
Everybody thinks of Yakety Sax when they hear Benny Hill.
Yeah.
That's it.
Give me a second, I need to find something.
Oh, German dubbed A Team is amazing. Oh man, I kind of want to watch that. I might have to look that up, dude. That sounds hilarious. Effeminate Mr. T. Oh man, yeah. I can. No German man is gonna pull off Mr. T's accent.
They don't stand a chance.
Yeah.
Mr. T. Ich bin Mr. T. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I expect to hear some of that German gay porn music in the background.
Ich bin Mr. T. Yeah.
Yeah. Ich bin dieser Fool. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah, it will be.
Oh man.
Oh Lord. Oh yeah.
Man. I grew up watching that stuff. Mr. T, Knight Rider. Knight Rider was another one.
MacGyver.
I never really watched MacGyver that much. Like other people were into it. I don't know. It's just, maybe it's because my mom wasn't into it, and so I never watched it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I was a kid, so I just watched really what my mom wanted to watch a lot of the time.
Yeah, fair enough.
Man, you know what? There was a show back in the day called Hunter, and it was a cop show, and it featured Fred. Oh, the hell was his name? I gotta Google that. Fred. Fred Dreyer, who was he was an NFL player, so he was a football player that went into acting, and then he was a cop, and that was a show. It ran from, damn, I didn't realize that show ran for so long, 1984 to 1991. Anyhow, that was a show back then too, but we watched a lot of primetime TV.
Yeah. Bonanza, do you know about that?
Oh yeah, I watched Bonanza when I was young.
Yeah, that was a favorite.
Yeah.
Essentially,
Dude,
Bonanza is one of the reasons why I have a decent grip on English like I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a big fan of Cowboys, or always have been, but especially during my younger years, I just loved Cowboys. They were cool.
I grew up around a bunch of dudes that pretended to be cowboys.
Yeehaw!
I mean, some of them were, but mostly it was just like a uniform that some of these kids wore. It was weird. There were a couple of girls that were like, they were so skinny, and they wore jeans that were so tight that they just kind of looked like walking skeletons. It's like they were so tight you could see their hip bones, like their pants kind of outlined their hip bones. It was wild. I'm like, why the hell?
That is not
They
attractive.
don't. Yeah, it's like, ugh. They just didn't look, and they were boot cut, right? So they weren't like skinny jeans, and they weren't like leggings either. They were like denim jeans, because they're Wranglers. They're Wrangler jeans, and they just would hug their legs and their butts so much that it just looked weird and uncomfortable.
Well, I do like petite girls, but when you get them downright skeletal, that's kind of.
Yeah, it was just a couple of them, and I don't think that they were like. I don't know if I think because they were small, they were short girls too. So I think they were just small. I don't think they were like actively starving themselves or anorexic or anything like that. I think, you know. But then I grew up where there were people legit had farms, and there was a few people that had. They didn't have any real ranchers in my class, but there were a few in town.
I grew up on a farm.
So, yeah.
A small farm though, so it wasn't a lot of production, but it was always something to do. I think we started with pigs, and then we went over to sheep.
Nice.
Yeah.
We had my grandpa farmed a lot. He grew like corn stuff.
Right.
Well, we did have sheep. They did have sheep and chickens and all that shit. Geese, ducks, fuck geese. He even had peacocks. Which is kind of crazy. That's what I learned. Yeah, peacocks. Those birds are assholes too. If you're ever curious,
Most birds are assholes, especially seagulls.
Peacocks are assholes. Yeah. Peacocks are rude. They're like geese. They're not as like aggressive as geese though. Geese are super aggressive.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, my grandpa had those geese with like the horn on their head. Those big white geese with the horn on their head kind of thing. Yeah, they have like that. They have a knot on their face. Oh, okay. I'll find a picture of one.
I think I know what you mean. But they're the ones that will start dive after you if you get too close, right?
Okay. It's I'm not sure if you can see Discord, but I just dropped a picture of one in there.
Let's see. Oh, that one.
Yeah.
I'd be pissed off too if I looked like that.
Yeah, but they are dicks. They're rude. But I mean, that's why you have them around, right? They're there to protect the other animals, pretty much. So them being a jerk is kind of why you have them around. But like when I was a little kid, I remember one time because I got so sick of these fuckers chasing me. They would chase me when I would go out to the barn. Grandpa'd be out at the barn. I'd walk out towards the barn, and they'd fucking chase me. And so one time I was like, I got a stick. And my grandma saw me and she's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I'm going to show those geese. I'm going to teach that geese a lesson. I'm going to show them who's boss." And like 5 minutes later, there's a little me running back with a fucking geese chasing me, hissing after me.
Yeah. It was a neighbor he had chickens, and the hen there was really this giant hen, right?
Yeah.
And he was really fucking angry, and he liked chasing people. It even broke out of its cage and started running after things on traffic too. He started running after a garbage truck. And it was a really small road too, so the garbage truck didn't do much, right?
Yeah.
So he'd either drive over it, or if it slowed down it would just jump onto the window and start pecking at the window.
Oh damn, dude.
It lived for like what, 3 years before it had a tragic accident.
Oh snap!
It jumped on a dude driving a motorcycle.
Oh shit!
Yeah, and it attacked the dude. He managed to stop before it threw it off, but he grabbed it by its neck and he shook and he pulled it away. But it was at such a force that he snapped its neck.
Yeah, wrung its fucking neck.
It did.
Yeah,
it ended its life.
That don't stop. That don't always stop the motherfuckers though.
It doesn't. But yeah, after he broke its neck, it still moved around, and apparently his instinct was just to start stomping on it. So the farmer guy came out and saw this one random dude stomping the shit out of his head. That was an altercation.
Yeah. Oh, I could only imagine. But it's like, if you're getting attacked by a goddamn bird, what the hell? Of course, if I was on a motorcycle, I would get it away from me and then just fuck off out of there. But that's wild.
Yeah. Then again, dude was scared. I'm surprised he didn't drive off the fucking hill to the side of him, right? So the farmer was like, he didn't even get angry at the dude. He was like, I wish you didn't do that, but it was bound to happen. Basically, he was just being reasonable.
Right.
Though he was planning to put it down later though, because it was a 3-year-old cock.
Oh man. We used to have, like, all over the place where I grew up, all over this road, like, randomly there was car chasing dogs. Like, there'd be some houses out in the country where they would leave their dogs out in the yard, which is fine, because maybe 1 or 2 cars would drive by their house a day of people they didn't know or didn't live there, weren't going, right? Like, nobody ever drove those places. But when you did drive by, the freaking dogs would chase you. I always hated that when I was a kid. And our dogs didn't really chase, like, when we had dogs, they didn't really chase the cars. Probably because we had a lot more traffic going down our road. But there were some of the places out there where you'd be driving, and I always felt like that always pissed me off. It's like, your dog is going to die.
Yeah.
And it's going to be your fault for not taking care of it. And it's like, you just don't give a shit about your dog, and that's kind of sad.
Yeah.
You know?
They did have a dog after the cock died, so.
Mm-hmm.
But it got a bit aggressive too. I think it was that it wasn't a main road, but the road up to the farm was essentially, it wasn't a private road, so it was very traveled by things, and we suspect that it kind of drove some of the animals crazy.
Yeah.
I
can see that.
Yeah, some farms shouldn't, in my opinion, farms shouldn't just be close to the road at all.
No, not really. But then at the same time, like, the roads grow up around the farms.
Yep.
There's, like, 5 blocks from me, there's this big giant open pasture, and they used to have horse and cattle in there, but they don't I think they still have some horses.
Yeah.
I'm worried they're getting ready to sell it and develop it, because it's kind of, to me, it's kind of cool to have a little pasture area, like
Yeah.
just a wide, just,
Yeah.
just
So
not that far off the main road.
I need to point out
think
though
that's a neat thing.
that the farm that had the chickens and the cock, it was it's so funny. At least for me, because I'm stupid. But yeah, the guy with the chickens, he ended up
Mhm.
he lived right beside the road, and he just had a chicken coop. He didn't have a lot of land to work on, unlike the farm where I grew up, which had a lot of land and able to have a few hundred sheep.
Mhm.
So there was a vast difference because we lived a bit further over, and the sheep had a lot more room to move as well.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Well, you got to have more room when you got
Yeah.
livestock.
So at least that's what was one of the things, and also the hen might as well also just have been naturally aggressive. There wasn't any abuse or anything, so that is just not even a question to ask, because the guy is one of the more relaxed and good people we know of.
Yeah.
So it could also be that he was just really unlucky with the hen as well.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you just get these unreasonably aggressive animals. Like the second, what do you call a male sheep in English? We call them vad.
A ram.
Ram, yeah. We had our first ram was the friendliest thing on the planet, right? It's still like it was aggressive when the time came, right? But other than that, it was just nice, pleasant, playful. But the second one was an asshole. Like, once it attacked me from behind. I was walking around because the calmest ram, the first one, we called him Oscar. Oscar always let us get close, let us pet him, and he just walked around and followed us, right? Like a pet, kind of. But the other one, we didn't even give him a name because we didn't like it. Let's put it like this.
Hated him?
Well, I started hating him after he headbutted me in my back. At the small of my back too. The weakest part of your back.
Oh man.
Oh yeah. Because I was walking around feeding them. We had these different kind of flowers that they like to eat, and I like to pick those and feed them to them. And as I was feeding Oscar, this asshole just rammed up and hit me on the small of my back, knocked the air out of me. Then I fell belly first and was knocked almost out. And it started standing over me and just like knocking me with its head. Of course, my father was out there working on the fence, right? So what I heard after I got knocked down, I just heard my father just bellow. He was not happy, and I managed to turn around, in which the bad ram turned around, faced my father, and was about to try to headbutt him. To which my father responded by just sidestepping it, grabbing it by the neck, and he just, I don't know, the best description is judo flipped that thing a few meters.
Yep.
He was pissed, and he just threw him. Oh, man.
We had goats, and when I was a little kid, and so they didn't have rams. They had sheep. They had goats.
Yeah.
And goats have, I think goats have so much more personality than sheep.
They do.
They're weird little fucking animals. But we had a pygmy goat that was kind of like our dog.
Mm-hmm.
Like for a while, he'd come in the house and sit down and stuff. He liked to go for rides in the car. He loved standing on top of the car. Every time he'd climb up on top of the car and stand on top of it for whatever reason.
Yeah. Oscar was kind of like that too. The funny thing is that when you have a breeding ram, because that's what Oscar originally was, you don't have them for more than 2 years to avoid inbreeding.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Even let's put it like this: my father really loved that ram too, like the rest of us. He was basically a family pet at this point, right? So we kept him
Yeah.
for 5 years. Which is 3 years above the maximum limit.
Right.
Yeah, we didn't use him for breeding stock after the first 2 years though, so but we sent him around during breeding season, but all the other
Mhm.
time we just kept him with the rest of us.
Yeah.
Kept him on the farm. It was fun. And at the point where, because after 5 years, at least Norwegian sheep tend to get really old, and that's when age starts setting in and such. So the time it came when we essentially at the outer limit of being able to butcher him for his meat. So we
Oh, yeah,
butchered
yeah,
him,
yeah.
we kept all his meat for ourselves, and we also cured his skin, and we still have him. We still have Oscar.
Oh shit, that's
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah, we still have him. We still have his skin as our favorite wool carpet.
Hey man, hey, what else are you gonna do, right?
Yeah,
Keep a memento of him.
yeah. It was
Yeah, no, we had one. One of ours, I think, got attacked by dogs.
Oh,
We had two. When I was really little, they had one, and I don't really remember him, but his name was Jasper,
oh,
and he, and I don't know if this story is true or not. I don't know if this is, but what my sister, who's older than me, told me is that because they had Mexicans that worked the fields, she said they grabbed him and killed him and ate him. They kidnapped our goat and ate him. Like, that's the story that I got about the first goat, was that he got kidnapped by the field working Mexicans and they grilled him up and ate him. I was like, maybe, I don't know. But the second one got attacked by dogs. His
Yeah.
name was Michael Finnegan
oof.
is what they called him.
Poor thing. Oh, dude. Oh, now I remember. We actually had a situation where two dogs escaped their pound, and let's put it like this: the man, what do you call the male dog again?
Or what?
There was a male and a female dog that escaped,
Mhm.
and they were hunting dogs.
Mm-hmm.
The male dog was pretty cool, calm usually, but then the female one was like hyper aggressive,
Oh,
and that's the one that was in charge. The male just followed the female regardless, right? So when she broke out, he followed, and whenever she did something, he always helped her out. And they escaped. They ran across the woods, across the small. Well, it's not really a mountain, but it's close enough.
mm-hmm.
It's close enough for standards. It's more like a small mountain at least. And they ran across it into our farm area at middle of night and attacked a sheep. Rather, they attacked
Oh,
two,
damn.
but one of them managed to get away while the other one was mauled horribly, and not to death. They didn't kill it. They just mauled it. It was disgusting. I wanted to go out with my dad to see what happened, but he just went
Yeah.
there. He saw it and was like, "You're staying here." It was so bad that my father wouldn't allow me to see it, and he's the kind of dad that lets you join in on butchering a sheep. I've been with putting sheep down and butchering them, so I've seen a sheep turn inside out. Let's put it like that. And that shit
Yeah.
was so bad. What those two dogs had done to one of our sheeps, it was so bad that my dad didn't let me see it. It's like,
I think mostly he just didn't want you to see what a dog could do to an animal like that.
yeah.
He was just trying to protect you.
Oh, he did bring me out to see what happened, what a bear did to sheep.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah, that's
But
brutal.
But that's a lot. I bet that's wild. That's a lot less common than dogs killing him, though. That.
Mm.
Hopefully,
I think we've lost.
you lose a lot of sheep to trolls out there in Norway too. I bet.
Hey,
So,
my eating habits are none of your fucking business, okay?
Oh.
But yeah, the fucking those dogs are brutal, and she was also incredibly aggressive towards people suddenly. Again,
Oh.
my dad, they ran around in our farming area, and also
Mhm.
at our, I want to say Gårdsplass. That's the essentially, the open space between houses in a farm, the yard.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I still want to use Norwegian words because, well, Norwegian. So they ran around in our yard, right? And
Mhm.
the bitch would just bark, snarl, show her teeth, and the male dog would do the same, right?
Right.
But then my father went out, and she had already ran off to go after try to run after more sheep. But my father went out and called this by name because he was part of a friend of him that owned these hounds, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah,
So
yeah.
he knew their names. He called out to the male dog, and it immediately just stopped being aggressive. He just started wagging its
Oh, yeah.
tail, and he got a hold of it. He brought it with him into. He locked it into so this entrance part of our barn, which is this
Mhm.
small 1.5 meter in diameter room cot before you enter the larger facility itself. So he
Mhm.
kept it there, right? And that dog was just nice, calm as soon as she got out of the picture, right? And then he went after, tried to get after her, but he came back. He didn't run. He just walked out. Then he came walking back into the house,
Mhm.
and he just put on all of his thickest clothes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So my mother was asking like, "What do you think? Is this bad? Is it bad?" And he's like, "Yeah, that crazy bitch has mauled one of our sheeps and is
Oh, man.
currently still at it. I don't think the sheep is dead yet, but I am not going out there without some protection." He also
Yeah.
called the owner of the dogs and said that he had X amount of time to get over here before he shot his dogs. Plural.
Yeah.
He would put them both down if he didn't come and get his damn dogs.
That's totally reasonable.
Yeah. Which,
You know,
again,
like if
yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
let's say if you're letting your dogs fucking attack livestock,
Yep.
right? Like, I don't know, aggressive dogs piss me off.
They
Honestly.
do. But the point is, though, my father is an extremely calm and extremely nice person, right?
Mm-hmm.
He is the kind of guy who avoids all kinds of conflict, not because he's a coward, but he just can't be fucked to be in a conflict with people, and he's really good at avoiding them, like a man, right?
Yeah.
But when he gets angry, it's kind of noticeable, especially when he gets angry at someone who isn't family. And he even brought with him his rifle when he walked after the bitch. And he said that you gotta get here within this allotted time or before it attacks another sheep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Which completely reasonable.
yeah, it is. But my dad usually don't put down other people's animals.
Well, most people don't. Nobody wants to do that.
No.
You
Well,
know?
he
And that's
was-
a really shitty situation to put somebody else into because you can't control your fucking animal.
Yeah, but he knew how much the other guy loved his dogs too.
Yeah.
But they did stay there and they kind of argued a while because my dad was kind of set on that dog had to be put down, right? He didn't want to shoot him, but he wanted the owner to take care of it himself. And the owner, well, he didn't try to excuse the dogs, but it was clear he didn't really want to think about it.
Yeah, see, if that happened here, they would have just taken the dog and euthanized it. Like
Yeah.
if you reported it
Oh,
to the police,
I
but-
think it got euthanized like a few weeks
Yeah.
after. Because the issue was that it tried to break out again and again. Like,
Mhm.
I think it was 3 more attempts. And then the owner just had to face the music and he put it down.
Yeah. Like animal control would take the dog and
Yeah.
put it down.
And my father got he got paid for it too, though. Like he
Hmm.
paid for the damages, and he didn't go to the police with it. Probably should have, but he didn't.
Yeah, that was kind of like when that dog attacked my cat.
Yeah.
But my when I was a kid, again, go back to that. My neighbors across the street had a couple of boxers,
Right.
which I love boxers. Like I've had, well, the best dog I ever had was a boxer. He was awesome. But they kept theirs chained up all the time. They were on chains in the backyard all the time. Never saw them go anywhere but be on those fucking chains. And so anytime you'd get near those dogs, they were fucking vicious. They were like they were snarling and barking every time you walked near them. And it's like, because they were kept on a chain their whole life.
Damn.
Like they've just been restricted, and like, and it was just because the people didn't. And you know, I think that since, because that was back in the, you know, the early 80s. I think just our general understanding of animal behavior has gotten more, not that our understanding of it's gotten better, but it's gotten more widespread.
Yeah.
Like more people understand what's better for animals now. Like, I guess we all have more access to professional information, which is, you know, which was supposed to be the goal of the interwebs.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, a lot of issues have been solved, like personal queries and questions have been answered through the internet. It has a lot of positives. It's just that sometimes the negatives outweigh the positives completely.
right.
Oy. But yeah. So that was a very terrifying fucking day.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, when yeah, that sucked when my cat got attacked. That was a wild day.
Did it survive?
Well, yeah, she's fine. She got a lot of she got $4,000 worth of surgery and shit.
Oof.
Out of that.
So how many lives did she lose? I'm sorry.
Dude, she's got to be on like her 8th or 9th right now.
Ooh.
She's been hit by a car. She's had multiple. I mean, seriously, she's had over $10,000 worth of surgery. And a few weeks ago, and I can't remember if you were then. I think you were on the boat then. But a few weeks ago, I took her to the vet because she had a freaking sinus infection. I can't win with that bitch.
Huh.
But but she's fine now. She's got over her sinus infection finally.
That's good.
Yeah. So yeah. Anyhow.
Yeah.
So,
Pets, man.
fucking animals. Bad.
Yep. That's usually how it goes.
But I saw a video just on shorts when I was flipping through, and it was some guy had taken or some guy had taken videos of where his dogs, like he had some pigs in a pen, and his neighbor's pit bull got out and got into the pen and killed like a mom and a whole bunch of little babies.
Oh no.
And like it was a video of that. I'm like, oh wow, that sucks. And then I look at the channel, and it's a channel that just hating on dogs.
Oh.
Just highlighting all these dog attacks and all these awful things, and it's just a channel just basically dedicated to how much they hate dogs. And I was like, well, that's fucking weird.
That's a bit
That's
fair.
weird. It's like that's a little far.
Yeah, I mean, probably someone who had a dog attack or something. Understandable, like to keep a grudge. Then,
Yeah.
But my dad never really hated the guy, even though he lost control of his dog. And
Oh yeah, I mean,
he even, when they decided to put it down, he did offer to do it for him. But the other farmer, he was adamant that no, my dog, I'll take care of it.
yeah,
Because we don't know what happened. It wasn't rabies, but she just started becoming so much more aggressive. She even started attacking the male dog that was with her.
mm-hmm.
Like, she bit his ear off.
It's sometimes it happens, dude. They just, I don't know.
Yeah, she lost her shit. And I remember that I actually could get to cuddle that dog too. She was nice.
Yeah.
She was cute, like a elk dog. If you Google this, you'll find in live chat elghund. Hund is basically dog in Norwegian.
Yeah,
Elg
elk
is
hounds.
yeah,
Elk hounds.
elk hound, and she was just the nicest thing. And suddenly she lost it. Went completely cuckoo and not for Cocoa Puffs.
Mm-hmm.
That was a bad joke.
Yeah.
Oy vey.
But yeah, I don't know what it's. We had a wiener dog that was like she was the sweetest little dog, and she had puppies, and we kept one of them, and she was a little small dog, and she suddenly just started getting really aggressive, like attacking her mom, and she ended up biting me.
Oh.
Like she bit me on the arm really fucking good one day when I was trying to break up the dog fight, and she bit and latched onto my arm. So I took her to the pound. I was like, I can't have a dog like this, because I had a little kid. You know, like my son was like 2. It's like I can't have a dog that bites around my 2-year-old. But that like turned. She just got really friggin' she get really friggin' aggressive all of a sudden out of nowhere. We didn't know what happened. So maybe it was kind of a similar thing with that dog.
It could be. Like, some dogs just go crazy sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm done with the line art. What do you think?
Oh man, that looks great, dude.
It's a quick
I can
one.
dig it.
Holy shit, I did this in an hour. Neat. So, what do you want with the colors?
So kind of so for the skull, kind of do a kind of a, I know you can't do neon, but kind of a greenish yellow, like a bright greenish, kind of more like my actual icon, if you can try to do that.
Let's see. That one. Let's try something like this. Where do you want it?
What's that?
Where do you want this color? Where do you want the green? Like here?
Oh, on the skull.
I get that. You're like the atomic skull from Superman.
Yeah, kind of like that.
That's kind of rad, dude. That's fucking rad. He's one of the coolest villains. What about you want like, what do you want the shirt to be?
You can just make that black, actually.
Alright. Make it black. So I'm gonna make it darkish gray. With a little bit of
Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
There you go.
Now we're cooking with fire.
Ack, yeah.
He speaks her language. Yeah.
So I feel that of its time, because Mars Attacks was contemporary to Independence Day.
Yep.
Mars Attacks, of the two, Mars Attacks has a far more plausible and believable storyline than Independence Day.
Yeah.
The dumb hacking with their shitty Mac on Independence Day and all the other goofy stuff that happens.
Yeah. It's more likely that aliens explode, their heads explode because of what? Polka?
That's right. It wasn't polka. It was some crooner. High frequency sensitivity. That's right. I think that's unlikely, but I think it's far more likely that they would come down and pretend like, hey, we come in peace, and then just blow up everybody and everything and just start going crazy.
Yep.
The crazy rampage.
I mean, it is the most likely. Do you want on this whole neck part? Do you want a different color there? Skin color, maybe?
No, keep them the same.
Just more black?
No, with the green.
Oh, all right. What about this? Your hand? So you want that to be green too?
I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe he says. Maybe he says.
Wait. I know I'm terrible.
No, it's all right. It's all right. I'm kind of putting you on the spot.
No,
I haven't.
I'm trying to fit.
I'm. While
Okay.
you decide, I'm just gonna try something.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Mm.
Because your skull, right? But what if we do this to your skin?
Oh yeah, like kind of zombie skin.
Right? You become sort of like a zombie,
Oh.
like a super
Yeah.
mutant, right?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I can dig
Look
it.
at you,
There you go.
channeling
Yeah,
the
that
'80s,
looks good.
baby. God, I love the '80s. Now, for
That
the
looks rad.
internal, I'm thinking we're doing this, but I'm gonna darken it
Mm.
a lot before I do something else. Oh shit!
Okay.
At least this is my idea. If you want to have like a contrasting color, I can do that.
I was gonna say you can make it a little darker, but that will get there. That
Yeah.
was the point. I was looking at LGM. Yeah, the aliens' Independence Day with that, they would have easily destroyed humanity.
Oh yeah, they were.
They should have.
It's just pure plot bullshit in which they
Mhm.
didn't nuke the world completely.
Yeah.
They won. The story is kind
Mm-hmm.
of realistic until you get to Goldblum umming and ahhing his way to the weird computer virus that suddenly shot out the most advanced technology known to man.
Yeah, the computer virus thing is to me the most preposterous and stupid, absolutely retarded thing about Independence Day.
Yeah, and yet it's a Hollywood style, a modern sequel
Yep.
made that even worse. Oh,
And
is it anything
also, I want to go back and I want to point out that I was an OG hater of Will Smith. I hated him in that movie.
That's fair.
I've hated Will Smith ever since. I like the show Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I like the show Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I grew up watching that. And then DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince had some funny songs. But Will Smith is like a movie actor. I always thought he was sucked. I always thought he sucked. I never thought he played anybody much more than Will Smith.
Well, I'm
So-
gonna be honest. I grew up part of the '90s, and he was sort of like the darling of the '90s. So, hey,
Yeah.
Will Smith gets the nostalgia pass for me.
Yeah, I mean, Fresh Prince. I love Fresh Prince, but like, I never liked his acting in movies, and I never bought because they try to, especially in Independence Day, they're trying to say, "Oh, he's a badass. He's a badass." It's like if there's one thing Will Smith is, it's not a badass. Like,
Well, he kind of sold it, especially when it came to Wild Wild West. That is still one of my favorite movies. And
yeah,
I still really like it. For some reason, for everyone in the '90s, or most people in the '90s, Will Smith had this weird charisma.
yeah. Well, now, and let me just, I guess, remind you that as a hater, I admit that I have an irrational dislike of him.
Oh, hey,
And
dude,
so,
I am
with
a
the
hater
prequels.
too.
So
I am
will
a
not-
hater too. Like yesterday, when we talked about certain animes, there is some of them which I just despise as just a natural reflex. So
Yeah, and that's
no-
how I feel about a lot of Disney movies and Disney stuff too.
Uh-huh. Like everything Disney from 2007 and up, I just like the last good Disney movie for me was The Princess and the Frog. And that's only because of the villain, right?
I thought the last good Disney movie was Fox and the fucking Hound. Like,
Oh dude, that was such a nice movie.
I'm just saying it was Little Mermaid. I think Little Mermaid was the one that really sealed it as like, oh, these guys are just venal corporate whores chasing the parents' money.
Oh, they are.
Like,
They definitely are.
again,
But again, nostalgia glasses. I am
well,
fully on the nostalgia train there. And it should say something. I was a Disney kid, and I now fucking hate them so
oh man.
much.
See, and I hated Disney as a kid too. I'm an OG Disney hater.
Based. I should have seen the light, but I failed. Let's see.
Yeah, yeah. The Lion King came. I didn't like the Lion King.
Oh,
Again, I thought the Lion King
I
was.
fucking love the Lion King.
So what the Lion King was is they started because there started to be a rising that's coincides with the rising push for that like Pan-Africanism and that African American identity where it's like more African shit. That was wholly capture that market and to inculcate, basically try to draw white American into that Pan-African or that Africanism, and push that shit. That's how I always felt about fucking Lion King. I fucking always hated because I just felt like it was dumb propaganda.
Oh,
But,
it most likely was.
But that was just, again, because I'm a hater. I say that I'm a hater.
That's fair.
Again, Disney hater. They can't do anything really right to me, and that ties into another reason of why I hate the new Star Wars stuff so much. And I won't even give it a shot.
I will not.
I saw the first. I saw the Force Awakens. And
I saw the Force
I mean,
Awakens. I really had issues with it, but I believe that since they were rethreading it, they were like, "Oh, they're gonna try and make it better." No,
Yeah.
they didn't.
You know what's funny is my older brother, who was really the one who got me into Star Wars because he was old enough to be into the original. Like I was born when I was born the year the first Star Wars came out.
You were there when it was written.
Yeah, and he's 5 years older than me. So, he was a kid and grew up with really in the Star Wars craze. But he told me, he's like, "Oh, you should watch The Force Awakens. It really feels like a Star Wars movie again." Then I watched it and I was like, "Yeah, but this seems really familiar." And all the Mary Sue shit. And then I realized, like, oh, it does feel like a Star Wars movie because it's an exact copy of the first fucking movie with a Mary Sue jammed in there instead of an actual good character or plot,
Yeah.
Like,
or good characters, because
yeah.
apparently they tried to make the cardboard box Rey into all the characters.
If they would have given Finn the lightsaber at the end there, that would have been so much better than giving it to
they
Rey.
gave him the lightsaber, but if they let him fucking keep it, like,
Mhm.
they spent so much time. They built up his change. Oh wait.
Yeah.
Wait.
For Finn, they did. They what?
I'm
So-
looking at the screen, and it. What in the world?
Yeah.
Are you seeing the shading I'm working on? Does it pop up on YouTube? Holy shit,
I don't
no.
know.
What the hell?
I'm not saying it.
Okay, that's weird.
It's magic.
Kind of fucking annoying, but
Yeah. Yeah, she had to work hard for it. No, that was and that was Kathleen Kennedy. That was her influence right there. Because I think, okay, now I can see it. That's
Yeah.
weird.
It's slightly brighter. It shouldn't be that much of a problem. What the hell?
Yeah, Nausicaa in the Valley of the Wind is awesome. I love Nausicaa in the Valley of the Wind.
Huh.
And I think The Cat Returns is really good for Studio Ghibli. Sorry, I'm seeing the chat. They're talking about Studio Ghibli
It
movies.
is okay.
The cat-
Go on.
Yeah, Cat Returns is a really good one. And the cat, the cat that I got from my son's cat now is Totoro. His name is Totoro
Yeah, you told me.
because he's a gray and white cat. Yeah. And Howl's Moving Castle. I think my favorite one is Spirited Away. I think that's probably the best.
Spirited Away.
Studio Ghibli
Oh
film.
yeah, that one.
Yeah, with the dragon and the little girl.
Yep, and the goo monster.
Yeah, and the goo monster.
The first
The
the first Ghibli movie I watched was Nausicaa and the Valley of the Wind, and then it was what was the one where you had the chick who was raised by wolves?
that's Mononoke, Princess
Yeah.
Mononoke.
Yeah, Princess Mononoke, and then Howl's Moving Castle.
Hmm.
They were the first time I encountered non-translated movies, Japanese
Yeah?
movies.
Yeah.
Because they
How-
sent it in with Norwegian text, but they didn't translate it. They didn't even send the American translation. It was
Mhm.
just the Japanese, and it was kind of cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's the first time I actually encountered anything Japanese before I got into anime.
Right? That's cool.
Yeah, it was.
That Howl's Moving Castle is based on a book. And God, I keep looking at chat. Yeah.
I think they got into anime because I mentioned my least favorite modern anime currently.
Oh, the Freyren.
Yeah,
Is that what it is?
basically, I don't like the character, and also Japanese, like everything foreign mythological, they just don't know how to do elves, or rather, nobody knows how to do elves properly. They just make them these holier than thou assholes, while they're supposed to be these more ethereal, semi-divine beings. At least that it is
Right.
it's just my personal opinion and what I prefer, and I'm willing to, and I know that I fully accept that, but that still won't make me change my opinion that I think it's bad, because it is bad to me. I will not like it because I think it's bad.
To be honest, I watched it. I don't remember anything about it. It just didn't strike a chord with me. I know some people love it. It was just like, eh.
Oh, they're talking
It's
about
meh.
they're talking about the racist arc, which is fine enough, but the whole thing about apparently was supposed to be a story about after the usual JRPG of defeating the Demon King, and yet no, he's gonna come back anyway, and all that. Well, it would have been so much better if they just had it as her trying to develop anything known as an emotional connection to anyone.
Right.
Instead, she just goes around acting like a retard. People thinks it's cute, and then they're all spellbound by that.
Yeah.
Well, in turn, she's nothing more but Captain Marvel as a anime elf. No personality. She's just an asshole. That is what I see.
You got a button. Trym's got a Freyren button.
Oh yeah.
I understand.
Again.
Yeah, no, I get it.
It's a personal opinion, and I'm not gonna hate on people who like it. If you like it, go ahead, have fun. But I'm still not gonna like it. I tried, but I'm sorry. Like, ugh. The whole part how she dealt. You know that one chick? She goes around like, "Oh, kill yourself," right? The logical thing to do, if you're really that much of a hater of demons and shit like that, you should have just kept that thing, walked around on a goddamn crusade, and made them, and just ended them all using that tool. But no, it's just this turnaround. Oh, she's an anime cool chick. Can't use that shit. It's just one-time use instead of just, okay, we're just gonna leave this dangerous thing just lying on the ground after you made someone who you could have stopped a long time ago, but refused to stop them immediately, right? It's just pointless. When you go around with the power of essentially a god able to nuke anything, and you don't do shit with it, she's just kind of an asshole, a lazy asshole. Why does she care now suddenly? Oh, it just happened close enough. Okay, I guess, but still makes her a fucking asshole.
So have you seen Tower of God?
No.
You should check that one out. Tower of Gods are really good.
I've seen a clip where a chick breaks a kid's arm.
Yeah.
That's the one?
Yeah, it's a brutal fucking show. Yeah, it's really good.
Hmm.
And then Solo Leveling is good too. Now, both of those have really long, extensive mangas with them, so they have a lot of source material to draw through for the show. But they're only each one. Actually, Tower of God's on its second season now, but Solo Leveling's only got its first season. And those are both excellent. If you ever want to see those, something like that.
The last anime I watched to completion was something called Eurocamp, which is essentially just a group of anime girls just camping and being cute.
Yeah.
Basically that. It's just a feel-good show. Nothing drama, nothing complex. Just a bunch of girls out camping.
Oh, wait. You're watching Yuri? Yuri Camp? Is that what it was?
Euro.
No, I'm just fucking with you, dude.
Well, if it had been Yuri Camp, it wouldn't have been too much to look at. Wouldn't mind either. But
that's just better than a Fuda camp. So too much as Yuri confirmed.
Oh, Green Martian. I'm a man of the internet. What the fuck do you think? Holy crap.
Oh, that's hilarious.
God damn, dude. I grew up on the internet. If I didn't know what the fuck Yuri... Dude, I was a fucking weeb in my teenage years. Holy crap. If you're surprised that I know what the different things are, holy crap.
Oh, no. I think he knows.
It should be surprising, is what I'm saying.
He said he knows you prefer yaoi. Or yao. I don't know how the fuck to say that.
Yeah, I guess you said it right. I don't fucking know. That is...
Yaoi, whatever.
Oh, that's
or
the worst
itchy.
part, because when I moved to Trondheim, there was a lot of weeps there, and I hung out with some of them. And there were so many of those fucking weeb girls who were like, oh, I love that. Oh, I love that. Tee-hee. This is my fan fiction. I'm like, please stop showing me this. I'm not interested. What, are you homophobic? I'm getting there.
Yep.
Please stop.
It's like, no, it's not unreasonable.
If this is what you're into, good, but why should I care? Oh god, that was a painful experience. But then again, some people can actually make pretty good art, even though they make it in a type of degeneracy which I don't like. But I can appreciate art for art.
Oh, there's some very talented people. I don't know if they're making lots of money or if they're just wasting their talents drawing like cartoon porn of cartoon characters.
There's a lot of people who have managed to make a career out of that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of jealous, but I respect them for being able to do it. But I'm also kind of happy that I have a normal fucking job.
Oh yeah, I mean, good for them. They can do it. I could not. I don't know. I wouldn't want to make my living drawing furry porn. Just saying. I don't feel like that would lead to a long-term successful mental health.
Hey, my mental health's already fucked. If I can get filthy rich from drawing weird fucking shit, okay.
But I'm just saying, if you spent like all day, every day drawing pictures of Rule 34 inflation porn of Joe Biden and Jinx from Pokemon, it might have long-term effect consequences for your health, for your mental health. That's all I'm saying.
All I'm saying is look on Twitter and you'll see proof of your claim. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Yeah, you're right. Deranged fucking people.
Wow, look at Maureen. Look at Maureen. She's being racist to the Native Americans. She's calling them furries. That was the Wampus cat, Central
spirit animal.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Wampus cat. Yeah, that's right. The furry ones.
That means she's calling all Native Americans furries. Can you believe that? Man, so disrespectful
Oh,
to
well,
their
I mean-
culture.
Oh man.
I would
That's
not be
fucking
popular
hilarious.
in those circles.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. It would be great to be able to make your living doing art. Like,
Yeah, I honestly, I'd fucking love to. It's just that I I don't really. I'm gonna be honest. I don't really have much of an art style, right? Not in a
shut the
recognizable
fuck
way.
up.
No, it's not in a marketable way. Like you know the artist Merriweather, or I think it's I don't know if he's the artist or not. There on Twitter, there's one guy. He's very popular in some of the VTuber circles. He draws comics, very much focused on the anime style, and he's managed to make a living out of that, drawing like these short comics, and gets a lot of traction, a lot of donations and shit. He's become a VTuber, of course.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but it's he's able to make a living of something he's passionate about. But I don't really have anything that's in a marketable fashion, or in a, at least not able to make me recognizable. And also, I don't think I have the right kind of personality to attain the necessary clout. Let's put it like that.
Yeah, no, I don't. I guess elaborate on that. Tell me more what you mean.
I mean, you see what I draw here, right? This is a quick one, and
Yeah.
then you have the black and white. You know honestly the abductor version. One of my better works when it comes to simply sketching, in my opinion.
Uh-huh.
For people in chat, if you go to my Twitter account, you'll be able to find the abductor version that I drew with Dave when we
Yeah.
recorded our last Simply Sketchy. I'm really happy with how it turned out, but it's like I don't see what I can do with that in any way to make it marketable, to make people want to commission me for that in that style, you know?
Oh yeah.
You know,
No, I got you.
Mobius,
Okay.
he had his style, right?
Yeah.
And Mobius was fucking... He was a lunatic, but he was fucking genius.
Well, it seems like anime artists or manga artists are really, which is kind of funny, because like the faces on manga are so simple,
Yeah,
right? It's like 90% of the expression is in the eyes.
it is.
The mouth and nose are always really small, you know,
It is.
but the bodies look great.
They do.
So I'm just looking at his, and so like there's shit tons of anime artists, but that anime style always kind of looks the same.
It kind of
You know what I mean?
I guess that's why it also it gets a bad rep in art class too. They view it as
well, it's
not good enough for some reason.
no. I mean, and it's I mean, it's a style, right? Like, I mean, it's a genre, I guess is what I'm saying. It's a genre. Like, stuff should look a certain way to fit in that genre,
Right?
But yeah, I don't know. I guess it's a style you work within.
Yeah,
That's a
at least
popular-
some people who have seen my drawings say that I don't have any recognizable styles, and they're people who they're good with art, so kind of, you know, yeah,
Yeah.
that kind of knocked me down a few pegs.
Oh, dude.
Oh, yeah,
You know,
Hmm?
I guess but you're really good with like the fact that we've been streaming for like what, an hour and a half,
Yeah.
and you got this so far. Like, this looks dope
Yeah.
so far, man. Like, you got the line art done in like less than an hour.
Thank you. I'm not bad. I'm not bad. It's just that I have a lot more to learn.
Right.
Yeah. I guess
Well,
that's what
yeah,
I'm
I mean-
gonna do.
That's fair. I mean, but we all do, so don't be too hard on yourself over it.
That's understandable. I try.
So, yeah.
Let's see. It would be fun to
So-
try to. I've always kind of wanted to make sort of a small series. I just need to find out how to do it, because whenever I try to do like a comic strip, I
Uh-huh.
don't find a formula that actually I can follow it in a kind of way.
Yeah. Man, when I was a kid, I have one of my close friends from school. I've known him since elementary school, and he still lives here. I haven't talked to him in a few years, but I should hit him up. But he has an art degree. He does IT work now. He's been doing IT work forever. He has an art degree. He's an incredible artist, even when we were kids. And so we would do these comics. I would draw or I would write the script for him, and he would draw them. And they were Turbo and Bipsy, with Turbo the turtle and Bipsy the rabbit. Flopsy. Turbo and Flopsy. It was Flopsy the rabbit and Turbo the turtle. And Turbo was just a turtle with a rocket on his back.
Cool.
And he was it was like Itchy and Scratchy almost. Except for it was incredibly vulgar because it was done by two 16-year-old kids.
Cool. It has its charm, though. Vulgarity isn't bad. It just, are you able to make something out of it that people like? Then good. There's something for that, right?
Well, the one that I remember we did, the only one I can remember is like Turbo comes up to the rabbit. He's like, Turbo comes up to the rabbit, and the rabbit's like, "What are you doing, asshole?" And Turbo goes, "Asshole, that's right where I'm gonna put my foot." And then he kicks the rabbit in the ass so hard that he gets his foot stuck in his asshole. It's just a dumb 4-panel comic. And oh god, I think there was more to it than that, yeah. We were easily entertained children.
Yeah.
So.
Little Green Martian, you don't really know. I appreciate it, guys. It would be fun to try. Like, I've had a lot of project ideas with different people, even with Bleach, but he's busy doing his own thing, and I'm so fucking happy that he did that radio diversity. Guys,
that's funny, dude.
Radio diversity on Rumble. Go check it out. It's fucking amazing. I cannot play that music here for several reasons. Most of them for diversity.
Yeah, but the parody's funny.
Yes, they're amazing. Parodies are beautiful.
Yeah.
But yeah,
we did a good job with them. It's crazy what you can do with the AI.
Indeed.
Like, it's borderline. Like, yeah, and the one he's using that to make that stuff. My boys were playing around with it too. So my son's wanting to start a channel of just they're recording us playing League. Because it's just what we and just us yelling at each other and talking shit to people, just basically being assholes. Like a standard League player.
Yeah.
And so shit, I totally spaced. So I've been working with them on stuff, and the channel is called It's Goobin Time. That's his name on League, but that's the name of his channel too already. So we're just gonna upload to his channel when we get back on.
Neat.
But they yeah.
Okay, I'm stuck.
I forgot where I was going with that, but I'll
I get it.
lost my train of thought. I'm grabbing some food real quick.
Go ahead. Like, I'm just kind of struggling here because the light, like, god damn, the green is really dark. I need to check something out here. Let's see. Maybe the green is too bright.
Make it a little more yellow.
Yeah, I gotta try to darken it a bit, actually. Alright, so I do this. Making the backup one. There you go. No. Mm. Oh, by the way, the music we're listening to now is Robert Renato's music, by the way. So the link to his channel is in the description below. Go drop by and have a listen because he makes some really good stuff.
Yeah, he does good work. I was going to use some of it in a video, and I just never got around to doing it.
Yeah.
Well, I
Okay.
haven't made a video in a couple of months.
Hey, dude, see the shadow sticks up more. Huh. If it yeah, look. It on the screen.
Yeah, that looks better.
Oh, you want to yeah, so a little bit darker, right?
Yeah, like that. That looks a lot better.
Excellent.
Just with that extra darker shadow there.
Yeah, then I'll use the first more neon one here as the lighting part. Jesus, that was weird. Because it's really dark here. I'm gonna wait. I can't really. I'll show you after the stream how it looks on my side because on through the streaming, I think it's through OBS. It's kind of getting a lot lighter than it really is.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my screen shows it completely differently.
Oh, that's weird.
That's kind of weird. Let's see. But yeah, I'm still keeping with. Oh, dude, I can see it clearly. You can't see shit. You can barely see it.
There are highlights on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see?
Barely see them. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can see them there.
I can see them so clearly, and holy crap, you
Really?
can't see shit.
That's weird.
It is. What the hell? Of course, it's the usual trimification of technology. Why me?
Well, OBS is like, I don't like OBS. It is still kind of a janky program.
Yeah, and also it's the translation of the program I use here. Like, I currently have not the best capture card, plugged to a USB port, plugged to my computer, then plugged an HDMI lightning to my iPad.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh yeah, the app decided that it doesn't like the internet provider I have, so I had to get a bit desperate.
Early.
I kind of like the system more though, because now I'm not Wi-Fi dependent on recording, so
Oh, yeah.
swings and roundabouts. Holy
Yeah,
crap.
it's always better when you can hardwire.
Right. Okay, you know what? I need to see this actually. Sorry, we're doing a little bit of experimentation here. Believe it or not. Don't tell Besic. He might get flashbacks. He just looks out into the distance, hearing distant explosions. That's a fucking Vietnam flashback.
Shell shock.
Yeah. No, not again. Crikey, not again.
Crikey.
Yeah.
I've never heard him say crikey.
I
That's
know, but
hilarious.
he's Australian, and I'm
Yeah, I know.
I'm making him a
great.
crikey
I want to
say.
see if we can. I want to see if we can get him to say it now.
We need to try. Though if he listens to this, he'll probably be onto it. So anyone
Yeah.
in chat wants to have Besic say crikey on stream, you have to be subtle about it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
We're
do
gonna
it because he'll be onto us immediately.
Now we'll test it. We'll say we'll make a plan right here, and we'll see if he actually listens to it. If he's onto it, we'll know.
Yeah.
So we're gonna try to get him to say crikey
Yeah.
next
Literary
Saturday
Martian.
morning.
To make him say cunt is very easy because he's an
Yeah,
Australian.
that's not good.
Like I mentioned that to our Australian
Also, he knows
guests.
women.
Yes. And also female chickens.
He's met women.
Oh yeah. Fucking
Yeah.
chickens.
All right.
Let's see.
So I'm gonna try to get Bedzic to say crikey.
Do it.
Now we know.
Yes. Let's see. Okay, I need to restart the music. There you go. Hell yeah. He is.
Oh yes,
Besek
he is
is
indeed
incredible. It is mind blowing how he's able to. Every time he insults someone, he uses new words. He uses the same energy, but the words are different every single time. Of course, he uses scum sucking a lot, but he never used it on the same person. It's kind of impressive. Of course, now soon will see this mistake here, and it pisses me off.
He's a wordsmith of insults, for sure.
Oh yeah, it's, again, impressive. Let's see. Sorry, this one annoyed me a bit. I see a mistake halfway through something, I was like, no! Immediately feel agony. There we go.
Oh man.
What?
Oh, nothing. I just saw something, but it's totally nothing. Yeah, Bezic has the soul of a poet.
Yes.
The soul of a poet in modern day.
He does.
The soul of a poet trapped in modern day clown world.
In Australia, of all places.
Yeah. God,
oh, don't be my woe as I wake him up in Australia. Surrounded by guns and crockies. Crikey, I don't. Crikey,
surrounded by the Rama Rama. Oh man.
Crikey, I don't cry. Crikey, I fall out to the sky. An ammo doth be rama-ramaing on my porch. Verily, my day cannot get worse than this shit. Oh man. So yeah, we all agree that Besik is a poet. Everybody remember to refer to Besik as the High Poet of the Sultans. Our Poet King, yes? The Poet
Try to get him to say crikey.
Yes, that too. But it has to be on a live stream. So people can hear him say crikey. It must be documented for future purposes. I like that we have battle music playing as we make these very important schemes.
And this is looking really cool. Those yellow highlights look really good.
Yeah. This is something I've kind of started trying to get used to. Not over-focus on details. Like, learn to just make a line or 5 and just keep it at that. Don't make it like a perfect circle, right? Just make some lines and make them work. That's it. Don't need to do like... Don't be afraid to make visual noise.
Right. Well, I mean, that's because it draws your eye in.
Yep.
Right, and that's what really gives the picture the detail anyways, that visual noise.
Yep. But I over-focus on it and then get drowned out by it, and then I get tired by it. So it's, as much as I like detail working, it also... I love and I hate detail working.
Yeah.
Man, I miss when we did these, when we did the
collaborations. The collab streams. That was fun.
It was a lot of fun. But we can try something next time you can paint a mini.
Again.
Yeah, you paint a mini, and I can try to draw it in the next one.
Oh man, that would be dope.
What? Oh yeah, my what? Man, I don't remember what it was. But I don't think I was not prepared for whatever we were talking about. I know it was something that. I know it made me angry. The memory of the reaction still makes me angry, even though I completely forgotten the subject. My brain has repressed this the subject matter, but the
hated
emotion
it so much.
Yeah, but the emotion is thoroughly lodged in my brain.
Yeah.
God, I did not have a good day that day. Let's see. Kind of get glossy, but I like it. There you go. Look
Yeah,
at-
no.
yeah. It looks even better on my screen too. At least in my opinion. But yeah.
Yeah, so hopefully the final image when it's saved
Oh yeah. We're allowed to
will look
dream.
better. You know what's wild, dude, is I'm watching your screen share and then I'm watching the YouTube stream too, and it still looks better on the stream share. On
Yeah,
your screen, on your OBS screen, than it does on YouTube.
it does.
That's wild.
It kind of annoys me.
That's weird.
The quality is just off, dude.
Trust us, folks, it looks amazing.
Yes, it looks like crap, but
That's just weird. I just pulled them up side by side because I've had the stream run in the background
That's
for
good.
chat.
quality control, my friend. Quality control. Let's see again. How long have I been going for? 145 minutes. Wow.
Hour 45.
Looks like it, yeah. Well, guys, you feel like should I aim for finishing this? How long? How long does chat want to stay here and listen to us talk shit? Because I can do this for a while.
Right. Yeah. So what we talk about now? So I'll jump back into fan-made art
Go on.
kind of stuff, because some fan projects, like we were talking about the Star Wars stuff,
Mm-hmm.
Hell's Reach is one of the best.
Oh God,
I think
yes.
one of the best movies on YouTube. Hell's Reach is so good.
Guys, if you want one of the best forms of enjoying Warhammer, Hell's Reach. It is my personal favorite chapter. It's a story about my personal favorite chapter in one of the coolest wars in the setting.
Oh man, Grimaldus is just such a cool character. Like the whole movie is just so epic.
Right.
And
And you know the best part is, you know when that precepts of that Titan is about to die?
the Majoris, yeah.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
fucking shames her back to life.
Yeah.
He smacks
Yeah, when
her so hard that he guilt trips her back to fucking life.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really cool.
And also,
It's just such a
Ugh.
yeah. It's just the whole movie just feels so epic.
yeah,
too.
it is. It is an entire audiobook that a dude just animated to.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good. But then there's another one out that I haven't taken time to see it yet. Another Warhammer one. With the have you seen the Astartes series?
Fuck yeah, dude! Holy shit!
Dude.
That is the
If they
most
made-
tragic loss ever. I've heard that it's the same dude that made the Custodes thing.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't see that.
Don't. It is the ugliest fucking thing you'll ever see.
Really?
It is so ugly. Women will never be Custodes, but they tried, and it is the ugliest thing.
Well,
You know
I
the
heard they were going
derogatory
to
word
do-
you know the derogatory word I use for transgenders?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is the word that happens in my head whenever I look at it. Self-censorship, guys. Look at me being all politically correct and shit. Oh my god, it is so ugly. And it's such a waste of glorious talent. But anyway, if you want, again, Hell's Reach is one of the best stories. But if you want one of the best experiences of Warhammer and just fan content ever, find the Astartes on YouTube. It is
Yeah.
so good.
Find it somewhere. Now, I heard that dude got hired by Games Workshop and he was going to do something on Warhammer Plus.
Yeah, and that
But
is
then it never happened.
No, actually, from what I've heard, he is the one that he worked. He's the one who did the Custodes chick thing.
Yeah.
But he worked on it, from what I've heard. Which is, if that is true, then that is just one hell of a way to insult your own fans. Games Workshop, they don't deserve their fan base. They don't know how much of Warhammer is sold by their own fans?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you
Well, shit,
think?
the only reason I ever played Warhammer was because my buddy got me into it. Not because Games Workshop dragged me into it.
No,
You know?
you think Disney is bad, dude? It
Oh,
ain't got
no,
shit on Games Workshop.
I know Games Workshop sucks, dude.
Yeah, they. Oh boy, they make me angry. They are so. Mm. They give Hasbro run for the money, dude.
It's too bad. It's really too bad. This happened to so many. Exactly, like Hasbro is a really good example of that. The companies that they got corporatized and
Yep.
turned to shit.
Just like with they basically they suffer from the same illness as Wizards of the Coast. It's just that Games Workshop still has a few people left that have some sensibility. They're not completely taken over yet, because the setting that they work on is so anathema to the ideology that they're peddling, right?
Well, their properties are so lore dependent,
Yes.
right? Like, I mean, nobody's gonna. The reason why I have a Chaos Army is for thematic reasons, like lore reasons, right?
Yep.
Because I thought it looked cool and I like the lore behind the core and shit, whatever. If they get rid of a good, then it's pointless.
Yep.
Like, there's no what am I gonna move plastic around the board? Like, why the hell should I do that? So they should be far more protective of their lore.
They should. And again, they are in that weird spot between, you know how Marvel now is starting
Yep.
to move against the ideology because they see how it really doesn't work. Again, they're starting to
Yeah.
move against it. They're starting to go more for business solutions. Games
Yeah.
Workshop is in the between point between Marvel and Lucas and LucasArts.
Yeah.
Because Lucas is lost. Kathleen Kennedy has an iron grip there, and she's not going to let it go. Lucas,
Right.
Star Wars is, unless she disappears for any reason, Star Wars will continue its downward spiral.
That bitch is 70. Did you know that?
Yeah, I know, but when you
She's
live
in
off
her
other,
70s.
when you live with other
Like-
people's souls, you live forever. She's
Right.
a vampire.
That's right.
She's a vampire, but she's not hot like your villain.
It just blew my mind when I heard that. She's 70. It's like, oh, so she's hanging around for spite.
Yes.
She's not hanging around she's hanging around because she wants to push her stupid agenda.
Come on, she's worse than George R.R. Martin. Because at least J.R.R. Martin could
Oh.
start something and make it good from the beginning.
Yeah.
And
Didn't we
then
have a
we-
conversation about that yesterday?
We did.
About how much that guy sucks?
Not yesterday. We had in our Simply Sketchy. Next,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
just be warned, everybody. Whenever me and Dave has had a Simply Sketchy, both episodes now, we have gone on a George R.R. Martin tirade.
It's true.
I mean, and it's
It's
well deserved.
true.
It's well fucking deserved too, because he's a fucking asshole. But
Oh, yeah,
Kathleen
yeah.
Kennedy makes George R.R. Martin look competent,
Oh, yeah, for real.
which is
Yeah, no, it's
oh god, it's
she's
just,
a pretty prime example of people that are promoted like well beyond their level of competence, you know?
yeah. She was part of Lucas, right? But she hated again jealousy. That is what I suspect she had. She was jealous
Yeah.
of everyone else being able to make something that she couldn't.
Well, and I think that's maybe part of it. I think part of it is that this modern day progressive girl boss shibboleth that's been so prominent in Hollywood for the last few years.
Uh,
You know, they just have to push women to the front no matter what they can do,
make
no
it
matter
like
what
gay.
they do. Yeah. That seems like that's been the thrust of a lot of the like that's the thrust of a lot of Hollywood's moves right lately.
Yep.
You know, it's exactly.
But there
put the
is
woman in
a-
and make it plain and gay.
Fortunately, there is a counterculture to it, a counter move to it.
Yeah,
It's starting to move now, fortunately, at least, and a lot of it's thanks to like outside sources, like the success of Korea and China. Kind of ironic that China is kind of helping out there.
well, you know, the thing is, dude, is it would have been. It would have happened here, but everything got suppressed because YouTube became corporate.
Yep.
You know.
I am not sorry for what happened to Susan Wojcicki. Just saying.
Yeah.
I can't say out loud, aside from that part. That is as far as I will go. And
It's
I'm
some
not going to say
karma.
anything more than that either.
It's some karma. That's all I'm going to
Very,
say.
very fitting, considering who is there now.
Yep, karma. And you know, I see people on whenever someone dies, someone famous dies, and there you got the two camps of people. The people who are like, well, I guess there's the three. There's the people who are like, haha, fuck you, the witch is dead.
Yep.
And then the people who like the witch that are like, fuck you, you shouldn't make fun of the witch. And then the people in the middle who are like, nobody should make fun of dead people. And it's people dying. Someone dying is always tragic. Like, no, it's not. Like, I'm sorry, when John McCain died, it was not tragic. When Dick Cheney dies, it will be the exact opposite of tragic. When a lot of these scumbag politicians that have been, when they die, it's going to be the opposite of tragic.
Yes.
And so she is one of those figures. She died. It's the opposite of tragic. It's like, you know
when Kathleen Kennedy gets her day, when she gets her fucking day, like
when
time.
Yep.
Again, everyone will meet the end. We will all meet the Grim Reaper. I just can't wait for some people to meet him where another's head. Oh, that sounds bad. No. Ignore that. Ignore me.
Hold on.
I just wish she'd just given. I just wish she had stopped, right?
Okay, Henry Kissinger died in 2023. Okay. Yeah, as I say, when Henry Kissinger died, that was not a tragedy. The fact that Henry Kissinger lived to be 100 is a tragedy.
Who was Kissinger again?
Oh, he was one of the guys that architected the Vietnam War. He was the military advisor for the president.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah. Oh, I remember now. I hope he burns in hell.
Yep. The same thing. Dick Cheney can burn in hell. Like, I hope when he dies, it hurts, and he feels every. I hope he feels every inch of that pain for the rest of his life, for the rest of his short life.
I hope every cell bursts.
I'm sorry, they're one of history's greatest monsters. Like, they don't deserve your sympathy, and the fact that they haven't been strung up just shows how unjust the whole system we live in is right now.
Right. Oh, yeah. There are so many other people to talk about, but then again, we're already threading the line here. Because we're not peddling the real message, so we're not allowed to say what we really think.
Yeah, that's true. I don't think they're gonna get too upset about people spitting on Kissinger's grave, though.
No.
It's a pretty common refrain. I'll stop talking about the other person, but yeah, some people just, Yep.
Some people deserve
they've made villains out of themselves.
Yeah. Some people ask, or even before I sort of started getting back into the whole Christianity thing, the question is, how can God allow them to do this? Well, first of all, it is the whole free will thing. You live life as you want because of free will. And the thing is, the punishment comes after your lot. And that's why they're so scared to die. Because I think all of them know what's waiting for them in the abyss.
Right. Well, that's the thing is, they say, how can you allow it to happen? Well, how could he have prevented it without directly subverting your will,
Yeah, exactly.
right? Without taking...
The
And
whole thing about Adam and Eve with the apple there is just how we got free will, how it is ours to do with as we please. But here's the thing, just like with some form with the uses of free speech, consequences.
Yep.
There's always
Well, and I've
consequences.
So that was one of the big things that I learned. That was one of the big things I learned growing up as a kid in the Mormon church, is they called it agency. That was one of their big things, agency. When you turn 8, you get baptized because they believe that's the age of agency.
Oh.
So, anyhow, basically is that you have the choice, and what you want to do with that choice determines whether you're a good person or not. And I've always been kind of the opinion that if you don't have the option to make the bad choice, there's absolutely no virtue in making the good choice.
Exactly.
Right? You have to be able to be bad in order to be good.
Yes.
And so
It's what
there's
truly
no way...
it's what makes a person truly evil. If not, it would just all be predestined and nothing would really matter.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So, so that's kind of I don't know where I'm going with that, but you need to have you can't have good without bad, right? And you can't make... That's one of the things that I really guess kind of bugs me about drug laws too, is that if you make absolutely everything illegal, then then the people who aren't doing it, they're not virtuous people for not doing it, just because you can't do something.
Right?
I don't know.
Predestination or whatever it's called.
Right. The way to measure the measure of a virtuous person is having the open ability to do unvirtuous things and choosing not to do them.
Yeah.
Right, picking the better path. That's how you become a better person.
Say no to temptation, as it's called.
Right. But you have to have the option for temptation, right? Removing the option for temptation, like the option of temptation, is what tempers our souls,
right?
In a way, you should say.
Yeah,
you could say.
It's it really makes sense, at least to me, that part.
Oh. So that's why I've always hated the idea of banning something.
Yeah.
You know, but then that's just me.
But then again, if it's something that's really bad, then sure. But I kind of like it's really
the libertarian.
Yeah. Can't really get rid of the whole libertarian angle because I can be as monarchist as I want to be, as Republican as I want to be. There's still, it's just how I live my life, man.
Yeah.
I judge you by your actions, but I would judge you from the first action you take, and from there, every subsequent one. But the first one is the most important one. It's essentially the most human. It's just a human thing to do. Yeah. If I came to you and you never met before, right? If my first interaction with you would be I called you a fucking asshole, that would really not be a good first impression, now would it?
I mean, it depends.
I mean, if you're
it depends on if I was being a fucking asshole or not.
Yeah, but if I just suddenly walked up to you, called you a fucking asshole, and left, right?
Yeah.
If you were an asshole to me, of course, then it would be justified, and hell, it could have started a pretty decent conversation or a really funny argument. But
it's funny. That kind of explains a lot of my driving experience. Not really calling people fucking assholes, to their face per se, but I'm driving by and treating them like they're fucking assholes when they drive like fucking assholes.
Yeah.
And then I'm flipping them off and I'm giving them 3 looks. But
I am a virtuous and completely non-aggressive person in traffic.
Oh man. I just want to go. I just need to get where I need to go.
Yeah.
And I hate people cutting me off.
Oh yeah.
Or driving in the wrong lane.
Or just
being out of the fast lane.
And being
drive
slow
in the fast lane.
Deliberately slow in traffic. 10 under. Why? Because they're fucking scared of the gas pedal for some reason.
God, nobody here does that. that person would get pulled over if they were doing 55 on the freeway around here.
Oh, that people do that in Norway and they don't get stopped because it's only a crime if you go too fast.
Hell, those people driving too slow are actually being a danger.
Yeah, they are. But you
So-
can't be punished because they're being careful and you should
Yeah.
respect that. Ugh, God.
Mm.
Norway
So
is,
there is a thing
Norway
here
is
where
one
you
of the
have
best
to drive-
countries. Norway's one of the best countries in the world, but we are not flawless.
Well, no, there's a thing here where you have to drive according to the conditions, and you're supposed to stay with traffic.
Yes.
So, yeah, people driving like, if someone was driving 20 below the speed limit, and nobody would be able to drive 20 below the speed limit on the freeway here.
Nope.
It just wouldn't happen. Because if they were doing 45 on a 65 around here, like, they would definitely get the cops called up. The cop would pull them over because they would think they were drunk.
Yeah.
Because that is super dangerous. Super dangerous.
It is. You shouldn't drink and drive. If you do, you're an asshole.
Well, I mean, driving 20 miles below, right?
Yeah,
Or driving, that's super dangerous to do.
it is.
And anybody who does do something that stupid doesn't belong on the freeway.
You don't deserve to have you don't deserve to have the driver's license.
Maureen, I get aggressive when people walk slowly in front of me.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep, I feel that way too.
It's just disrespectful, dude. That's at least how I see it. It's a very selfish way to be in traffic, and I don't like that. Of course, there are times when I will admit there are times I can be a bit too aggressive in traffic, and that's usually if I feel like I don't have much time. Then I tend to become overly aggressive.
Oh yeah. Well, I like driving fast,
Oh, same.
and I like getting where I need to go. And so I like people to get the fuck out of my way. And I'm okay with following somebody as long as they're going fast.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not trying to pass every single person. I'm just trying to go my speed. And I'm trying to go about 80.
Yeah.
Is what I'm trying to do. And if someone else is doing that, perfect. You know? But if not, they need to get the fuck out of the way.
Yeah.
Because someone faster is trying to pass them,
They drive
and it's not their responsibility.
when they drive 65 in an 80 zone, dude.
Dude, they had somebody on Twitter talking about, it's some tweet about, and it's such a boomer fucking thing. Some tweet about when someone gets aggressive at me because I'm trying to pass another car, I slow down and keep pace with the other car.
Oh,
like,
that is yeah. That happened. That's happened to me a few times, and that is
The replies to that tweet were so many fucking dildos in there going like, yeah, the speed limit's posted for a reason. I was like, you are human garbage.
yes.
You are literally filth. You deserve to be fucking ran over with a steamroller.
Slowly, mind you,
I
slowly.
hate people who won't get over. It's like, if you want to drive the speed limit, that's kind of, and that, I hate it around. It's a 4-lane highway. I drive on a 4-lane highway to and from work every day. So there's plenty of room for people to get over.
Mm-hmm.
If it was a 2-lane road and people couldn't get over, I would be a lot less stressed out about it. I would be a lot less angry. You know, but it's a 4-lane road and there's generally 2 lanes that are open that people, and there's slow lanes over. Get the fuck out of the way.
Yes.
Just get out of the way. That's all there is to it. Just get out of the way. And when I see someone coming up, yep. And when I see someone coming up behind me, going faster than me, I get out of their way. Because you know what? I would rather get out of their way than having someone ride my ass.
Yes.
Which is the alternative. Because if you
not
don't get out of
pleasant.
my way, I'm going to drive as fast as you are until you get out of my fucking way. And that's going to mean I'm riding your ass because you should have got out of my way before I got up to your fucking bumper. Like, if you're not paying attention in your rearview mirror, that's your problem. You need to get the fuck out of the way.
Yeah, that's a you problem.
I flip off so many people on the fucking road.
Right.
just because we don't honk our horns here. We flip people off.
We
that's
have
the Idaho way.
a bit of that in Norway too.
Yeah.
Aggressive traffic. Oh man.
But and it makes me so one of the big tropes in the valley here. Oh, I love that. One of the big tropes in the valley here is people from California complaining that they get hassled and flipped off because they have California license plates.
Okay.
And I look at those people and I say, because we don't like Californians here.
Based.
Because Californians have basically kind of fucking moved in and ruined Idaho. And precious few people will argue that.
Well, Californians,
if they are, they're fucking California.
Are Californians even people? Let's be fair here.
I know. But they're all like, oh, people are so mean and they flip us off. And it's like, it's because you drive like shit. It's because you're a smug dildo who will either go too slow or not move over and get the fuck out of the way. You just won't get out of people's way. And you're going to cut people off and drive like a jackass. Like, no, that's why you're getting flipped off. It's not because you have California plates. It's because you are an insufferable dildo.
Yes. You're a fucking prick and you should feel ashamed for what you are.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yep, PK, you're right. They flee California and then they vote to turn places they move to right back into fucking California.
Right.
Yeah. That's what's happening. They're trying to like, oh, we're gonna, and that's the other thing. I don't believe for a second. I'm not okay. We're not gonna. All right.
Go on.
Change in pace. We're not gonna talk about that.
Thank you.
We're gonna talk about driving, but yeah. So I hate slow drivers.
And
my boss.
Word, I'm gonna be honest. The word hate isn't strong enough.
Yeah, I agree. My boss has really, and there's just, and I can get behind this, but he does. He's kind of practiced what we called the Zen of the middle lane.
Oh.
So it's a 4-lane road, right? And like, if you're driving, speed limit 65. If you're doing 65. Be in the far lane. Be in the far right-hand lane. That's the slow lane. Or be in any of the other 3 lanes besides the left lane, because the left lane is for passing.
Yes.
So if you don't want to drive fast, and if you don't want people passing, like if you want to drive 67, drive in any of the other 3 lanes, but mostly drive in the middle 2 lanes. Like 72 in the middle 2 lanes is perfectly acceptable. And if anybody wants to go around you, that's fine. That's their fault, or that's their problem if they want to pass you. And so you just put it in like a regular, like a speed you're not going to get pulled over for. Just put it on the cruise control and just drive and don't pay attention to anyone else. It's like, that's what he does. And I'm like, yeah,
I can respect that.
Yeah, like I can get behind that. But now that fucker has a Tesla with the full self-driving, and he uses that all the time. So,
choice words. I'm not gonna be rude. Like you can't.
Which
in Norway we don't have many 2-lane roads. You know that our E6, which is our version of the highway. Most of the time, it is a single-lane road.
Like a single lane going both ways, or a single lane?
Single lane, one way.
Right, so people have to you have to pull over and let the other person pass.
But nobody fucking does.
Yeah.
Single lane. And locked in on both sides. It's, one thing is certain. Norwegian people in traffic are some of the most aggressive people in the world. Honestly. It is just that we have this politeness indoctrinated into us. even though a lot of us don't really follow it, we still follow the core of it, right?
Right.
If Norway had gone by American rules, you would have shit like Mad Max would be commonplace. If
You guys are
Norway,
just Canadian Vikings. That's all.
yeah, it's World War One Canada ain't got shit on Norwegians in traffic. If we one day reach a point where we just say screw you and the horse you rode in on, that's the day when Mad Max becomes reality. That's when we'll start screaming witness the spray painting our mouths and fucking go ballistic on everyone. Because we even the ones
hockey masks and cod pieces.
Yeah, pretty much. We respect the law of traffic. Even the people who don't still do to a certain respect, right?
Yeah.
But if everyone stopped giving a shit about the laws of traffic, it would be Armageddon in Norway. Because we have the capacity to be some violent motherfuckers.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the. That's not political. I'm not gonna talk about that. But yeah,
Everything's political.
I hate bad drivers. And you know who the worst? You know who the worst human beings on the planet are? Is the people who drive 35 on the ramp to get onto the freeway. The people who do not do freeway speeds on the way to get onto the freeway.
What?
Oh yeah, people who drive super slow to get onto the freeway and then get up to speed once they're on the freeway.
Ooh.
Oh, they're the worst human beings on the planet.
Execution.
There's not even a question about it.
They are the ones. They're the reason why guns aren't allowed in Norway.
Yeah, those people. If if there was a way to create a war crimes tribunal to bring those people up on it, I don't think anybody would have any. Like, that would be the most damning piece of evidence if you hauled someone in front of it and they're like, hey, well, this person saved 100 kittens and they run a puppy rescue mission and they donated money to AIDS victims and cancer survivors and blah blah blah, but then you just showed a video of them getting on the freeway doing 35, everybody there would be like, kill them, execute that person right here.
There would
like,
in Norway,
everybody there would be.
We would have
fighting
given
over
him
the gun to shoot them.
We would have given him a trial by combat at that point.
Yeah.
And
everybody in the room with half a brain would be trying to execute that human being.
Oh, that's so annoying.
And I use the term human being in their case loosely.
Very. Like, you have to be mentally deficient or just evil.
Yeah. Yeah, driving is one of those things that really bring the evil out of you. It's nothing will make me feel like a genocidal maniac more than driving in traffic.
For legal reasons. I hate traffic.
I'm just saying.
I really hate traffic, dude. It's one of the reasons why I'm so happy I'm out of the fucking city. Every time I go back to Trondheim, I just have this seething hatred in my soul.
Yeah.
The thoughts I think, the ideas I have, they will be weighed against me when I will stand before the pearly gate. They will be used against me upon Judgment Day.
How big is Trondheim?
That's reasonably big. Very small compared to American cities, but reasonable in Norway. It's the third largest city in Norway. 500,000 people live there.
It's 22. It said 212, according to Wikipedia. But
oh no, it's not. It's not
500.
500,000. 500,000 is a tenth of Norway's population.
Oh yeah, no.
There are more people in New York City than there are in Norway.
Trondheim is about the size. It's similar in size to Boise. That's funny, except for Trondheim has a badass ocean port.
And Trondheim is just better. And I love Trondheim, but I fucking hate Trondheim. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Oh man,
Huh, we're actually getting this one done.
the Trondheim Fjord. Sorry, I just looked that up just to see exactly where it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's gonna be some icy. There's gonna be some cold water right there.
Yeah, winter sucks though. But honestly, it's not the worst winter. It's very mild compared to the rest of Norway.
So, do people swim in the ocean in Norway at any place?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you have any idea how hot it gets during summer? Jesus Christ, 30 degrees Celsius.
Okay, well, I'm just wondering if there's any place where the ocean is warm enough for people to swim instead of where it's cold.
All of summer, it's warm enough to swim in the ocean.
Okay.
Norway is
Oh
not.
God, LGM just triggered the shit out of me. Oh,
No.
that is the worst.
No.
The worst.
No, they overtake each other, but they refuse to drive past each other.
Oh God, I hate that so much when there's two trucks, like one guy's going 1 mile an hour over the other dude.
And they try to
It's
drive past each other.
Which you know what, I support. I understand truckers are important and they perform an essential function in our society. I just wish they would not do it around me.
No, I'm sorry. you can do important. I don't care how important your job is. If you commit the high sin of that shit, you are getting thrown into the casket as well. I don't care if it is the most important fucking job ever.
Yeah.
You're getting axed. You're getting axed with a fucking axe. When I was driving to Sweden today with some friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this one asshole was just driving so slow, and he drove to the side to overtake a car, but his piece of shit car only moved like 5 kilometers an hour faster than the other car. So it crawled slowly, so slowly, and my God, he just ate up so much fucking road in order to do one overtaking. Now I just sped up behind him and just zoomed past that asshole. Holy shit. And I was driving with my friends, which means I was calm compared to how I'm actually getting in traffic when people do shit like that. When I'm alone,
dude.
When I get angry in the car and I am alone, I'm not quiet. I get angry.
Oh, dude, no, I'm yelling and screaming the whole time.
You too, huh? Like a full-on fucking maniac?
Dumb motherfucker, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Oh,
yeah.
I say things that would get me arrested if I said that in public.
Yeah, I say shit in my car that if I said it when I was walking down the street, I would question my own sanity. I would be like, what the hell is wrong with you?
Have you ever had
when
that
I'm
moment?
in the car, I'm just like, oh.
Ever had that moment when you're done driving where you just stop the car and you get out, it's like, what the fuck did I just say?
Yes.
Excuse me.
Like, whoa.
Is that
got that shit over with?
Is that shit even anatomically possible?
Oh man.
Like if you ever want Trym on the genocide route is when I'm on the fucking highway.
Yeah.
That's Trym's genocide.
I fucking I hate people so much when I'm driving.
Oh God, yeah.
And like I flip people off, and I don't expect them to notice. But when I flip someone off, and I know they notice, and I know it has upset them that I have flipped them off, it makes my day.
Yeah.
It makes me so happy. Maybe if I can let someone register, if I can register with someone else that I think they are a dildo, because of in their car, the way they did something in their car made someone else think they're a dildo. I consider that a win.
Yeah. You've heard about I Have No Mouth and Must Scream?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you find Am's hate rant? Can you read that up for me, please?
Oh God, dude, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Please read that one, but added to the current subject.
Yeah, for the cars. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Every mana angstrom of every could not explain how much I hate you. Oh.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Just read that part. That is the description.
Right.
That is the Trym Archakian take.
Oh, yeah, and so driving is not good for my mental health, which is what I've kind of decided.
No, but I have decided I am the king of the fucking road, and the day when I take over, it shall be a dangerous time for everyone.
See, what I would do is I would install, if I had the ability to, I would install you're gonna have to change that
No shit.
I would install something in like the driver's side of the car, right? Like a little explosion in the driver's side of the car, under the car. Not something that blows up into the cab. But what would happen is if someone's driving like a dildo, this thing will blow up and blow their car off the road into the median, off the side of the road. Get them out of traffic and people can just carry on with their day. That's what I think.
You know, have you seen movies where people have psychic abilities, telekinesis, or being like Magneto?
Oh yeah, I've seen movies like that.
I would fucking throw cars out of the road if I could. Like Magneto, just grab the metal and yeet it out of the road. I don't care where. They would just fly.
Right? Yeah, traffic is just the worst.
It is.
Traffic is worst. It's the worst part of humanity.
It is. Oh, pain, absolute. It's not just pain, it is agony. Just hate. So much hate. It is the only word for it. It is just hate. Hate, 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 hate. Again.
And you know, the thing is I've yet to meet somebody who really loves traffic, so...
I love driving. I hate traffic. Yeah, it's I make. They said at least I'm not an at least I'm not the Austrian painter. In traffic, in traffic, I make that guy look so fucking reasonable.
You're right. My I definitely don't run a political campaign while I'm driving. That would not turn out well for me.
I would. No.
Behind the wheel, Dave.
Whatever. Okay, Dave. Whatever you do, don't start talking about traffic.
Yeah.
I would just have a political speech, stand out there, trying to sell my party, and then just get on. I start talking about traffic. My mustache would shrivel into this one toothbrush. My beard would fall off. My clothes would melt into a uniform, and my right arm would just stiffen, and I would start speaking German.
Trym slowly transforms.
Yes.
The traffic makes him slowly transform into... That's hilarious.
Yeah. And that is what traffic does to me. And you know what the best part is? I'd probably fucking win too. Yeah, let's go with this one.
What? Yeah.
What do you think? Cool. Or do you want me to do another color? I can try.
Of what?
For the writing.
On the can?
Yeah. Gonna try it a bit darker color.
No. I mean, yeah, if you wanted to do it a little bit darker, but I think it looks good.
It's worth a shot.
Nope. Not that dark.
Not at all. Nope, nope. We're keeping this
Yeah.
one. We're keeping this.
Yeah, leave it that one. Yep.
Oh, holy shit, we actually finished this one. In one go.
And there you go.
Boom. Everybody, behold. Total blackout painting. Newest member of the Sultans of Shadowlight. Or you've actually been apart for a long time. This has just been a long time coming.
Newest avatar.
Yep.
You know what's funny is when you said boom, we're done, that was exactly at the 2 hour and 30 minute mark. Like on the dot. 00, 2:30:00 is when you said that. So
Cool.
so that's really good, man. That's really great. Like, because this is an original thing from start to finish.
Yep. This was the combined brainchild of Trym and Dave. Don't read too much into that. So congratulations, Dave. You will now be a PNG tuber like the rest of us.
Yay!
I am fine.
I love my logo. Like, I really do like my logo because I just love that skeleton.
Yeah.
And so I think this is a good I think this will fit in good with the Sultans.
Yeah. I'm gonna send it to you, and hopefully you get it in the format that it's supposed to be, because it is darker colored. But if you like it how it is like this, then it's not gonna be a problem.
Oh man, no.
Let's see. I'm gonna see if I can actually reduce the. Oh, got it.
Ship it along. We'll have it. We'll take it for a spin on Saturday.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Let's keep that one to 42. That looks much better. There you go. Well, yeah. So.
Yeah, man.
And with that, I'm actually going to conclude it because we're done. We're finished. We've talked a lot of stuff. We've learned a lot of secrets about each other. We figured out what makes us tick.
Yeah. Shared each other's dick sizes, stuff like that.
Well, that was before the stream. Thank you for mentioning that.
Yeah.
Mine's bigger. What? Yeah. So with that, I would like to thank everyone who's been here, and that is starting from top to bottom, at least as I can see. The crap is going on chat.
We got
Little Green
Callum,
Martian.
LGM.
Yeah, LGM, Callum, Maureen, Bleach, WF Podcast, also known as The Wandering Hellsman. Give him a look. The only good furry I know of, aside from a certain Swede. Sir Crime, speaking of Swedes. Bleach Demon, who also popped by. Anyone I've missed? No, I'm a Marine, Sir Crime, Henry Martian.
Yeah.
No Bobcat this time, because I guess he's busy. Some people has to have a life.
Got Callum, right?
I don't think I got a Callum. Well,
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Everybody should have been mentioned, and if not, then I'm sorry. I'm just a Trym, and I have my limitations. Thank you, everyone, for dropping by. If you like what you see, they do exist, Callum, and I did point you out. Shot a like. And, yeah, if you like the art I made, you can hire me through commission, either on Ko-Fi or Twitter, or even Discord. Wherever you can reach me, you can commission me. Or you can follow the link in the description below to the merch store if you want some of my original work on a t-shirt. Completely optional if you want to. I'm not going to force anything, because I have a job. I am okay with my job, but I also like making money out of my art, which is always nice.
Yeah, that's always.
Yeah. And speaking of another artist, Dave, your outro, please.
Oh yeah, you can. I guess watch my videos. They haven't. I have almost 800 videos on my channel, between the shorts and the long form content. Most of my stuff is shorts, but if you need to kill time, you can check out that stuff. I also have an Etsy with which you can find the link to the Etsy on my page. on my YouTube channel, and terribly outdated stuff there. I need to put some more up, but and I do custom work as well. You can hit me up through my Etsy or Discord or email me directly. And yeah, that's me.
All right.
I guess follow me on Twitter.
Yes. What's
At
your
Reverend Dave.
Yes. Also known just some just a jerk, or
Just some jerk.
Yeah.
Just some jerk on Twitter.
yeah,
Yep.
a lot of cool base takes here and there. I appreciate that.
I'm closing in. I'm hitting what am I today? I'm at 909 followers, so
Hell yeah.
I'm closing in on 1,000.
That's
So,
nice. Help him kick him over the limit. And the only reason to be on Twitter is for two reasons. Well, actually, three reasons. Memes, political bullshit, because it's funny in a disconcerting way, and tons of art.
Yep.
So, with that, I would like to, again, say thank you all very much for watching. Thank you, Dave, for joining me. And until next time, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.